Ronnie here, and welcome back to the Table of Content. Well guys, here it is, June 2021, Pride Month.
Victory screech!
And rainbow season. Oh, we have been waiting so long for this month. Rainbows, unicorns, gay people walking around everywhere, strutting their stuff, showing off their pride. For this year's series, I wanted it jam-packed, jam-packed, like a tight virgin hole, full of LGBT content, from rainbow looks, drag tutorials, a little bit of queer history or herstory for you guys. I'll be having many different interviews as I explain with many different my friends, from LGBT to allies to straight, all colors under the rainbow. But for today's video, I will be recreating this TikTok with the Splatter rainbow look. I saw this TikTok a little while ago and just thought, wow, I need to recreate that. It's very simple, very easy going, doesn't require a lot of skill. So if you want to come on this journey with me to recreate this TikTok makeup, all you're gonna need is to grab your favorite rainbow inspired palette. For me, we'll be using the BH Cosmetics Trending in Tokyo palette. This one has the most neon colors I think I've ever seen out of any palette. The pigments are popping, the colors are bright, and this is what I'm going to use for my eyes, as well as, of course, some eye primer, because as I always say, you always have time to prime. And lastly, some paper towels or tissue paper that you can crinkle up to use as your applicator. As always, make sure you prime that eye. I already have on this right side, and I use the Thank Me Later eyeshadow primer from Elizabeth Knott. Next, what you're gonna wanna do is take a decent sized strip of your toilet paper and crinkle it up. And once you have it nice and packed, because you're gonna want it firm to be able to press into the pigment and then eventually dot on your eyes. So right now, we're just gonna zoom me in a little bit so you can see my eye. There we go. So you are gonna open up your palette and we are gonna be doing a rainbow. Hence why it is Pride Month. We're gonna be playing with some rainbows up in here. And so what I'm gonna be doing is a rainbow going from one eye to the next. I'm gonna be starting from the outside, going red, orange, yellow, cross that over and do green, blue, purple. All right, so to start off, I'm gonna take my crumpled side of the toilet paper and dip into this red shade right here, which is called Fashion. Make sure you get enough on there. And then very carefully, you are going to dot it on your eye, kind of like that. So you see how it makes that kind of like splatter. It's not exactly crisp and clear, fully covered. It's just a little splatter. So very lightly splatter your red, and you want it over maybe the first third of your eye, so just towards the middle. We are going to be doing some slight blending, but want to make sure that red is on. All right, and then this is something I've tried. So flip your tissue paper so you can use the opposite eye, because we don't want to waste and we want to save the planet. And then next you are going to be dipping into your next shade, which will be orange. For me, I'm going to be going into Trendsetter, which is this kind of like lightish orange up top. Again, making sure to pick up enough of that pigment on your tissue to blot. Next, again, very lightly, right on that line of the red, slowly blot your eye. All right, and there you have the orange and the red laid down. Getting another piece of toilet paper crinkled up and together, we are gonna be going back in with the yellow. And again, blotting that on. So, Pride Month. Some Pride history. What does Pride mean to you guys? Where do you think it comes from? Pride to me, well actually in general, Pride is self-promotion, visibility, dignity, awareness, affirmation of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people as a social group. To me, that is Pride. But Pride can also have many different ideas or interpretations to many different kinds of people. Pride may be a feeling that you have or something that you see. It has many different kinds of interpretation, but for this month, we're specifically talking about gay pride. Very carefully to match the top to the bottom. Again, picking up your tissue, just gonna carefully blot underneath your eye as close as you can to the waterline without getting too much in. But no, pride as like opposed to shame or I don't know, some sort of social stigma about putting down people that identify as queer or LGBT. They lend themselves with this word pride that has given itself to many different kinds of organizations, foundations, educational, what have yous. Pride is predominantly an outlook that a lot of LGBT people look to for guidance, for inspiration, for hope. It bolsters itself towards a lot of LGBT rights movements, gay liberations, and it's a movement. It really is hard to put into words to describe to you guys, but pride really is something that you feel. It is a way of life. It is how not only I see others, but how I want others to see me and what I take in my prideful appearance. It really is a way of life and feeling, because only you know when you have pride or when you see it. It is that very defining, specific feeling that you do get inside you when people think about pride or what it means to be prideful or proud. Pride actually, the term gay pride was actually coined by Thomas Higgins. He was a gay rights activist based out of Minnesota. With him and the help of Miss Brenda Howard, do not forget that name because it will be coming up on a quiz later on. Miss Brenda Howard, a bisexual activist, is also known as the mother of Pride. She helped to facilitate and organize one of the very first Pride marches actually that happened in NYC, along with help setting up a bunch of different LGBT-friendly Pride marches. She's Brenda. Anytime somebody asks, oh, where did Pride come from? The marches and all that. Brenda Howard, a bisexual activist that had the idea first. She actually also originated the idea of having LGBT and Pride Month events happening all week during Pride. Now, it is usually taking place during the last weekend of June, but during all of June, we are going to be celebrating Pride. But this specifically with Brenda, she had originated the idea to have multiple events during a whole week-long span of Pride, having different days, different themes and whatnot. And so that's where it is now adapted to a bunch of different Prides throughout the world, to have not only a Pride Day itself, but many different days filled with Pride, Pride events, Pride themed parties and whatnot. But like the main march or parade would happen on that like Saturday or Sunday, give or take. You know, my actually first Pride I ever went to was in Boston. I was planning on going to New York just because I wanted to see the history, see what Pride is really like down there, but not enough people could go. And so I just took some of my closer friends and we went down to Boston. Ship off down to Boston for my very first Pride. I had my best friend Emily with me. At the time I was talking to somebody, and so with his group, we were able to go down and have a blast and experience what Pride is all about. Obviously, throughout the month of Pride in June, I will be, of course, talking about my different experiences with the LGBT community, Pride, and everything that has to do with it. But if I could say this, being freshly out of the closet, going to my first Pride, yes, I didn't have any family up there. I had one of my best friends, but I didn't need it. I could have strolled up there looking like a deer in the headlights lost, and I would have still felt like home. Pride in Boston, so let me see, that was 2018, before all this craziness happened. Pride 2018, that is when I first really felt like I belonged. I felt so at home, so comfortable with who I was, and not even the whole gay part or being LGBT, it was just in the atmosphere. You could feel this warmth, this welcoming sensation. It manifested itself throughout the entire day. There was not one point that I did not feel that feeling, and Honestly, I love that, and I know I can only get it during Pride, and so that's why this month is very special to me, because as an LGBT person, we aren't celebrated enough, and during the month of June, that's where we are celebrated, viewed, and put on a pedestal more, I guess you could say. It's the one month that we can really truly be ourselves out in the open and not have any fear or whatnot. Sure, we want to spread this throughout all the other 12 months, including October with National Coming Out Day, but just have a friendly rainbow year. Like, why does it have to just be June? But that aside, Pride, you gotta go. It's not gonna get emotional, but I really do encourage each and every one of you to try to make it to a Pride. Whether you're home, whether you're far, get yourself to a gay Pride, because it will be an experience like you've never experienced before. But getting back to some rainbow makeup, I hope you guys are following along. So as you can see, going from red all the way down to purple and adding these last little touches. Honestly, it's looking rather good. I really like it. I don't want to ruin it, but I gotta finish it off. I will be doing some lashes and liner off camera, but stick right there and I'll be right back. Well guys, I think that is it for this rainbow splatter TikTok recreation. Oh, does this look good? I had a lot of fun getting this together. The splatter, and honestly for me, it's the lip. I have been practicing my nude lips for a while. This came out right. This came out very right. Well guys, that is it for my first rainbow tutorial for this Pride Month season. I hope you guys had a great time following me along on this makeup journey, doing the splatter rainbow as recreated from TikTok. I hope it came out for you guys as good as it did for me. As always, if you like this video, click like, comment down below, click that subscribe button and that bell icon for every time I upload a brand new video. I hope you guys really enjoyed yourselves. This is my first makeup for the Pride series. I have a lot more jam-packed for you guys, so make sure you stay tuned. As always, have a great rest of your night, day, wherever you are, and I will see you guys in my next video. Stay prideful, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.